All right. Good morning. Today is the 14th, and I'm gonna walk through Bitcoin and whatever else we have going on here, I guess. Anything meaningful with this high here? Some buying into the highs. Yeah, nothing right now, anyways. Okay. I'll just start with recapping kind of what we had throughout this week here. I think. What's up, man? How's it going? So we have, I guess we'll kind of go top down with this. I mean, we kind of had a break from November to December value. The time value area high would be up here. Volume is a little bit lower. So we are above that. We did break from 8 weeks of balance right here convincingly with this impulse up, which I would say is a pretty bullish development there. As for VWAPs, just look at more Bitcoin here, I guess. Yeah, well, I mean, previous year holding, very likely, my long-term target is kind of that VWAP overlap there anyways. So yearly is there, sorry, previous year, previous quarter, same thing. We'd be bullish against both developing and previous month value, even though we are. Why is that there? That is weird. I wanted to see how extended we were from VWAP, but it didn't seem to work. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, there's no ladies in here. What the fuck I'm trying to say. I mean, we're technically bullish against all VWAPs here, as it currently sits. Shift inside a weekly. Eh, Chart's looking good. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. You know, as for setups, I mean, I don't know. Let's see here. We did shift inside of this 4-day composite as well, which is also confluent with this older 14-week back here. Kind of the same level right around here. So you're showing acceptance so far. Yesterday we did have pretty decent acceptance inside of the 4-day, and shorts got squeezed and almost traverse value, but didn't quite complete the full traversion there. Which I did send this idea. I didn't take it because New York was closing, so pretty unfortunate, but it's what it is. As for setups right now, I mean, here the thing with trending price action is that it doesn't like to give pullbacks usually as much. It's people. FOMO kicks in and they didn't get in on the move, right? So I mean, you have balance, break from balance, trend, balance, and then usually it's safe to assume that the trend should continue from here. So the idea is that when you start to balance and market goes rotational, that's when you look to get in at the rotational extremes of value is the idea. So, I think I said this idea last night. Of course, I was asleep for all this, so I'm not in any of this. This would have been a good area to take. One thing to note as well with the 90-day rolling VWAP and the other ones who were above all the other ones, we flipped the 7-day quite a while ago now, so that'd be bullish as well. As for the 90-day on Coinbase, it has been flipped and it's held. Kind of the opposite on Bybit. Same with Binance. I guess Binance is a little bit different. So there's kind of a discrepancy between those three. I want to lean more on Coinbase, but just something to note, I guess. But usually I guess I meant to say the 30-day, so it's not entirely true. But regardless, flipping these is always a good trend indicator. I'd say the 30-day is the best kind of trend indicator in regards to rolling VWAP. So being above that is usually pretty bullish. As for setups right now, I mean, very obviously there's the, overhead resistance up here. So I would say you have, the 14-week POC, the 4-day composite value area high, right? So I would say maybe on a shorter term, if there's a good reaction here, and then maybe trade back inside, I would short this. If we do like see a pop above, especially, we could deviate this a little bit higher, clean up these highs, maybe even run up and fill out these single prints here, and then deviate, and then get back inside. That would be a good short, I think. Um, yeah, I mean, you either were long earlier or you don't have a lot to work with right now, I would say. Normally speaking, I would expect this to be respected this low. Continue to build out value here. If we deviate this again, maybe we clean these lows. That would be something to play potentially. Just depends what we get. Sorry, I should do something there. Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, normally I would expect that to be respected. With that being said, I mean, this is a pretty decent overlap here. 7-day will develop up here. Previous week value, high weekly VWAPs. I mean, possible if we deviate that, I would potentially look for a long as well. Even though you kind of be losing the 4-day composite, I still think there is potential for that to be deviated with a good reaction here. Possible to go long there. And then I mean the obvious, we may have just flipped this little balance in daily open, and we may go higher from here. Yeah, I mean there's not a ton to work with right now. It might just chop all day, to be honest with you. Really just depends. What else is there here? Yeah, so as for Bitcoin, maybe deviation of the POC, acceptance back inside. I'd play shorts. I want to touch on this too. November to December value. If we do convincingly lose that, I mean, that would be an indication that we failed. Oops. All right. That's fucking horrible. Would be an indication that we failed above value, right? So if we trade back inside here, you could expect the rotation lower. Just something to keep in mind. That's what you should assume, given that happens and we do spend time down here. That's kind of what I would think. But again, you don't necessarily know. Actually, hype I had. What the fuck's the frog noise? That's my alert noise. It's a frog. Yeah, I did mention hype looked pretty good right now to blast. So with hype here, I would say, what is this? A 3-day. I could say I don't know why that said 4-day. So yeah, you have decent overlap here. Previous week VWAP, monthly value area high will come down a bit, but I think we see acceptance in here. I would play the traversal of this, being that it's a breakout of this 4-week value area high. I think it's this one. It's this. Yeah. 4-week value high breakout acceptance into the smaller 3-day, which was formed upon a deviation of the larger composite. So if I did that, I would look for playing, at least the traversal up to here. So I'll keep my eye on that. Yeah, man, my alert noise used to be absolutely horrible. It used to be the most annoying alarm, and I hated hearing it. So now I made it a made it a frog. There's some really weird TradingView alerts. If you want to look at those, they're actually pretty funny. So yeah, something I'd be looking at hype would be, acceptance in here for the traversal. What else I had marked? Pepe, yeah. Hopefully, I think I sent this a minute ago. Fill this single print out. Hopefully, maybe SFP this low. Bounce previous year val, and then I would look for rotation or continuation. Probably up to whatever. I don't even know. I didn't even label this one. 3 to 4-day composite. It looks like 3-day composite. I'd target up here. So be watching that anyways. As for majors, I mean, Tau had a decent reaction. I think I sent this idea too. I didn't get in it though because I was asleep, of course. So there's that as well. And then if we do accept, this would be a really good long, I think. There's a lot of overlap here. Ethereum, looks like we just flipped this composite high. Not something I plan on taking, but pretty nice nonetheless. Solana, wouldn't have taken it just based on at the time this wasn't looking great. Bitcoin kind of looked like the better move, even though I was asleep for that as well. XRP, not even worth looking at, I don't think. No, I'm not looking at that. Farcoin showing pretty good acceptance here. Which is actually, Farcoin's been really clean, actually. So, I mean, actually that's swept. I don't think that'll sweep it again, but I mean, possible. So maybe on Farcoin, I mean, longs anywhere really off the fill here would have made sense. If we clean these lows, let me see here. Yeah, I mean, if we clean these lows, and I mean, stay contained, maybe tag weekly value area high, previous week VWAP even, maybe down there. Then at that point, re-accept, I would expect a traversal on Farcoin. So something to look for. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pepe already went over. Is it freezing? Doge flipped the naked POC. Doge is ripping pretty good too. This I got left behind on this. Didn't get an entry for this impulse. Front ran. So Pangu, I don't even think I've charted. Bitcoin, I think, still ripping. That's looking somewhat convincing, yeah. So I think, yeah, I think if we deviate, maybe I should label the value area high here because I don't actually have it. Oh, wait, no, it'll be the blocks. What am I saying? There's volume. So a little discrepancy between time and volume value area highs, but it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I think good reaction here, right? Deviate POC and value area high a little bit and maybe look for a smaller short. I mean, it's possible, again, that if we do fail above November to December value, we could even traverse down to like 86. And honestly, if we do that, I would be happy. I wish we would have went lower this week, to be honest, because there's a lot more potential, I think, down here. I would rather try and play longs the entire way up. If we do see a convincing move down, I think that's what would happen. I think we'd see a rather quick move back up. Is what I would be assuming. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Nothing overly interesting right now, to be honest. But I think a deviation here, maybe go short. But again, it would be a smaller risk trade, being that the condition is pretty well bullish, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else, to be honest. Farcoin, yeah, that set up decently, I think. So that's pretty much it. And I guess I'll update with relevant stuff in the Discord. So not much else really to note here today.